There exists the everlasting debate between which is mightier, the pen or the sword. The pen has the power to write words that can sway minds and start revolutions. And the sword, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, you stab people with it. Well, what about when the pen has the power to rip holes in the fabric of time and change reality? Yeah, I bet you didn't expect that. Well, that's the premise of the game Time Hollow. Time Hollow explores themes of sacrifice and the importance of family. And in my opinion, it's a game where the protagonist might not even be the main character. We'll be exploring that all today, talking about one of my favorite games for the Nintendo DS, Time Hollow. Time Hollow is a visual novel adventure game that was developed and published by Konami and Tenki for the Nintendo DS and released in North America on September 23rd, 2008. I'm sure you know Konami, but you might not have heard of Tenki. I haven't, but hey, they developed Time Hollow. The last game they developed was 7th Dragon III Code VFD in 2015. Talk about a mouthful. But have apparently decided to dedicate more time now to book illustrations and publishing. Lame. In Time Hollow, you play as high school student Ethan Kairos, Mr. Porcupine himself, who inherits a mysterious time-traveling pen on his 17th birthday and the day of his parents' mysterious disappearance from his life. Funny enough, the writer for this game, Junko Kawano, also had a part in the PS2 game Shadow of Memories, where there's also a young man who uses time travel. The plots are quite similar, but they're still very distinct games. For example, the protagonist of Shadow of Memories is sexy. The protagonist of Time Hollow has the hedgehog fade. I played this game a shit ton as a kid. I think I've beat the story maybe 3 or 4 times. I love revisiting it, even now, because it brings me back to when I was just a stupid little kid playing a cool game that kind of scared the shit out of me at times. Now I'm just a stupid adult who likes to play a cool game that kind of still scares the shit out of me. Damn. Time Hollow's theme song is actually featured in Dance Dance Revolution. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't fuck that shit up at the arcade from time to time. Oh yeah. Damn, that might be a little sad. The game opens in Ethan's room. Pretty basic teen bedroom. He's got some books, a TV, and some tissue next to his bed for when he gets a runny nose. Because that's what those are for, right? Here is where we get introduced to the controls, and it's a pretty simple point-and-click structure. You don't really use the D-pad or buttons too much in the game at all. You can click on most things, although usually Ethan will just have some basic line to say. Here are some of the things that will happen when you click on stuff. So after this little tutorial, you meet your cat Socks on the window. If you choose to go downstairs, you meet Timothy Kairos and Pamela Kairos, Ethan's father and mother. Everything's going well, you guys are hanging out, chilling, until Ethan just flips his shit and calls his mom's cooking ass. Absolutely brutal to do at the dinner table, by the way. He goes upstairs in anger, but we hear a knock on the door. Turns out Ethan's uncle Derek Kairos has come and is asking his brother Timothy for money, starting a fight with him. You might think that Derek's a little bitch, but trust me, Derek is the fucking GOAT, and you will see why later. Also, you might be noticing that Timothy looks a hell of a lot older than the other adults, and there's a reason for that that'll also be explained later. For now, it's time for Ethan to go to bed. That night, however, Ethan has an intense wet dream about his parents dying in a fire. What the hell, Ethan? and he wakes to a strange portal and a neon green pen right below it, tied to socks. This looks like something I had in my backpack in elementary school, some Crayola type shit. Well, Ethan grabs the Crayola and taps the portal, making it disappear. Turns out it's called the Hollow Pen. Nah, fuck it, it's a Crayola. The Hollow Pen itself is a family heirloom passed down in Ethan's family for generations. Turns out the previous owner was his father, and on Ethan's 17th birthday, the pen was handed down to him. But the owner must have the time to use it. The pen is a curse to its owner. Every time you use it, it takes a bit of your life force away. And this explains why Ethan's dad looks so much older than his mom. It's not because he's some sugar daddy, as funny as that would be. It's because the usage of the pen has aged him irreversibly. Soon after receiving the pen, Ethan is confused to find his house completely different than he remembers it. Decorations are different, rooms are different. Wait, no, the tissues are gone! Oh shit, how is Ethan gonna jerk it now? Damn it! And his parents, well, they went missing 17 years ago. But Ethan isn't home alone. He's been living with none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Uncle Derek. Now that we've got the story set up out of the way, I want to take some time to talk about the gameplay and the Crayola. I mean the Hollow Pen. The Hollow Pen allows Ethan to reach into the past after creating a small portal using the DS stylus on the bottom screen. You just kind of draw a circle, whatever. These portals can only be created in certain areas and from certain mysterious memories that Ethan keeps waking up with as if he had a bad hangover. These memories are one of the core drivers of gameplay. To solve the mystery of the memories and what they really mean and where they come from. And yeah, that's probably about it for gameplay. That's honestly probably the weakest part of this game. It's mostly just a point and click, and the memories serve as your goal. You're supposed to unlock the details of the memories, and then you can open a time portal with your Hollow Pen. And I'd be lying if I said it didn't get a little tedious sometimes, or you're just completely lost looking for something. I know I was pretty pissed off a few times when this happened to me. But that brings me to the story, which is undoubtedly the strongest element of this game. And I'd like to take you chapter by chapter to explore the story of Time Hollow. Chapter 1 starts like any normal day at school for Ethan. He gets quizzed by Mr. Twombly, rizzes up some girls, and is thrown into another reality where his friend Vin's sister Ashley has been kidnapped and murdered. Wait, what? Ashley and Emily had a fight in the Kronos Alley because they lost the money for Ethan's birthday gift. Ashley was kidnapped and murdered. Ethan needs to find out what happened, where, and when. And only then is he going to be able to use the Hollow Pen to fix it. He soon meets up with a mysterious new girl at school, Corey Twelves, who decides to creep Ethan the hell out before helping him, giving him an envelope full of money to use to fix Ashley's death. She somehow knows more than she lets on. Now, instead of getting him an expensive antique clock, they just make a card. That's chapter 1. Chapter 2 begins at the end of a school day, and Ethan goes with his boys Vin, Ben, and Morris to their favorite cafe, Kronos. Yep, it's named after the god of time. Got me there, Konami. In Kronos, we meet the waitress Olivia Yates, who Ben has a crush on, but he has zero game. And I can't say I'm surprised. Pretty much immediately after this, the timeline gets warped, and Olivia's now dead. What is it with this game? Olivia was hit by a refrigerator falling off of a truck, and her brakes were cut, so she couldn't stop and died. Someone seems to be meddling here. Well, we fixed this by stealing her bike keys, but now, instead of her dying, it's some kid's dog, Jacob 11. The dog is hit by the refrigerator and killed. So we go back and we tighten the rope on the truck. But as we stop time and we start doing this, someone is moving around besides us. It's none other than Corey 12s. Get your creepy ass out of here! She reveals that someone else has been meddling with the past like us, but to create these problems instead of solving them. Ethan fixes the truck and we're back in Kronos, good as new. Well, now Olivia has a boyfriend, Aaron 7. Ben is being a bitch because Olivia's taken, but who cares? Everyone's alive. Ben just killed Aaron. This damn game! So Ethan and Morris are chilling at the library when they get a call that Ben's in trouble. They rush to Kronos to find that Ben beat in Aaron's skull with a set of pliers. Why, you ask? Well, Ben freaked out on Jacob when he saw his dog, and it reminded him of the dog that he lost as a kid, so Aaron stepped in to defend Jacob. And then Ben butchered him. This kid is the real villain of the game, I swear. Ethan goes and removes the pliers from the scene using the holopen. But in the new timeline, Ben is in the hospital because Aaron still laid the smackdown on his ass. Good for you, Aaron. But I guess we have to fix it. So Ethan turns to Morris for help, and actually explains the whole time travel thing to him. Morris believes Ethan, which was really cool to see. He's a tough student and a really smart guy, so he's able to work throughout the logic and be helpful. And they work together to solve this problem. They determine that they need to save their childhood dog Shiloh from dying in a fire so that Ben never starts the fight in the first place. They go to the antique shop run by the nice shopkeeper Irving to save Shiloh and go back in time. This works, but it ends up changing Morris way more than Ben. Morris has dropped out of school and has become a dog walker now, which is actually a little sad because now the friend that Ethan knew is gone forever. And it's sad because, well, Ben is still alive. Chapter 4 is a big one. It begins with Ethan and Derek talking about the holopen, but Derek denies its very existence or even knowing about it. And then he goes to talk about Ethan's parents and how they were investigating a bus accident that killed Mary Onnegan, Irving Onnegan's mother. Yes, the same shopkeeper from earlier. But this causes Ethan to remember something. Something Irving said. Emily and Ashley never bought Ethan the clock at the store in this reality. Why does Irving remember? It's because he has had a holopen all along. And he's been altering reality all along, killing people, kidnapping people. It's been him. But why? Before we can go further, Derek goes to confront Irving, revealing that they used to know each other in high school. While Derek's gone, Ethan goes into his study, finding his yearbook from high school with Derek and Irving in it, but discovers Corey in the very same yearbook. Damn, Corey needs to be locked up if she's like 40 and still in high school.
I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
Ethan decides to go to the bus crash to save Mary from dying, but every time he tries, she keeps dying over and over. Personally, I think it's just because she sees Ethan's haircut and figures that death is better. But we're left unanswered right now. Derek talks to Irving, but Irving kidnaps a minor, and Derek is dead. Irving, you son of a bitch. Corey and Ethan meet up. She begs Ethan to save Derek, revealing that they knew each other in high school. As Ethan, we go and we use the holopen to save Derek. Turns out Derek was the original founder of Kronos, and in the new timeline, he's the owner still. But wait, why does Olivia wear a maid outfit now? What the fuck? What's this? Ethan's getting a phone call. And his ringtone is the game's theme, by the way. Good shit, Ethan. It's Irving, and he wants to meet with Ethan tomorrow. Irving, he's in high school. Why are you such a predator? Ethan meets Irving on the highway where Irving's mom died. Irving accuses Ethan of killing his mom, to which Ethan is flabbergasted. Man, Irving, get your musty, crusty, goatee his dusty ass out of here. Oh, Irving, I'm sorry. Oh, Ethan's dead. What's that? Derek, you beautiful man. When this happened on my first playthrough, I got goosebumps. Okay, alright, give me a break. I was like 7. Well, in response to this, Irving walks into a time portal to go and save his mom, shutting it, and the past has changed yet again. Didn't work. Well, now we're back at school. Ethan's teacher, Jack Twombly, comes to talk with him, but oh my god, it's Irving. Irving took this poor man Jack's identity, erasing the original from existence. And what does he do now? He kills Shiloh again. Then before Ethan can fix it, he snaps Morris's neck. Then immediately after that, he snaps Morris's neck and murders Ashley and frames Ethan. Now Ethan is suspected of murder. Everyone hates him except for my king, Derek. Just believes Ethan and offers him a cup of coffee, like it's a Tuesday. This is the ideal man, ladies. Well, now Irving kills Derek. Well, we save him too, and we discover that this is where Ethan's parents died, in an explosion at a restaurant. We pull up with Corey to save Ethan's parents, and Irving pulls up and stabs Ethan in the leg. Oh, Ethan's gonna die now. Oh, no way. No way. Derek, you're beautiful. Well, now they save Ethan's parents. Irving somehow breaks free of Derek's iron grip and lunges to kill Ethan, but Corey sacrifices herself to save him. And no, this made Derek cry. This is unacceptable, terrible, unthinkable. Kill his ass, Ethan. Oh shit. Remind me not to piss you off, buddy. Ethan's in the hospital, and his mom brings him soup. But he thinks it's too flavorful this time. Remember when he said it was too bland in the beginning? This kid is never satisfied. But I promised not to piss him off, so I'll shut up. I found out that Corey was pushed off a roof and was going to fall to her death, but Timothy pulled her through to save her. Why? Because if she fell to her death, Uncle Derek ends up killing himself in grief. Holy shit. Later in the chapter, we finally find out why Ethan was unable to save Marion again. It's because Irving was the one who pushed Corey off of the roof and killed her in high school. So Mary killed herself because she was unable to stop Irving and thought it would prevent him from existing. Wow. Your own mother wants you dead, Irving. Jesus. And why does Irving kill Corey, you ask? Well, it's because he liked her. Yep. He was a creepy-ass stalker. Corey actually confirms they hooked up once. Jesus. But it made him completely obsessed with her, calling her every day and shit. Well, Irving is definitely a Discord mod. But she told him she wasn't interested anymore because she was interested in Derek now. So in a normal response, Irving just kills Corey. Wow. Irving, how do you have less game than Ben? In a daring plan, Derek offers to go through the hole and sacrifice himself to save Corey. It's funny, when we're selecting what to put through the hole, you just see Derek, as if he's in our inventory or something. We put him through, and Irving is still alive. Jesus Christ. He goes to stab Ethan again, but Timothy takes one straight to the gut, just like Derek would have wanted. We send Derek through, and this beautiful cutscene plays.
Canon!
時代くん。
よう、俺。ね カノンを守れ。一生だ。あなたは。頼むぜ。
Brings a tear to my eye and a stain in my pants. Just how Uncle Derek survived the fall. He sent us a note from the past explaining that Irving left town after Corey ratted on him pushing her. And now Corey's living a happy life with the other Derek, and they had a kid together. Unfortunately, our Derek ceases to exist once the moment they place him to the hole passes because of time travel stuff. Rest in peace, you legend. You go to Kronos, see that Derek's running it happily, the real Jack Twombly's back, and Ben still has no hose. All is right. Now to make sure this happens and close the loop, Ethan sends the holopen back in time to himself so that the game can happen all over again. And that's the end. One cool thing is that on a second playthrough, you can actually beat the game in the prologue. You just need to go outside when Socks goes through the window and confront Irving off the bat because of your time travel memory or whatever. You go and save Corey the same way you do in the regular game, this time in under 20 minutes. It's a win for the Time Hollow speedrunning community. If there was one. And that's the story of Time Hollow. Now, remember the title of the video. Ethan may be the protagonist, but I don't believe he's the main character. There's one person, one man in this game who I believe is the real main character. The one who undergoes a hero's journey, the one who changes the most, the one who is the key to saving everyone. And that man is Derek, the GOAT.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Derek starts off the game coming to his brother Timothy, begging for money, seeming like the guy who would sell you for a bag of chips. But as the game goes on, you see him to be a caring person. You understand why somebody like Corey would love him. Derek is a hero. And I'm not only saying that because he's badass. I'm saying that because he cares. And despite not having the same abilities as somebody like Ethan or Timothy, he still puts his life on the line to save others that he cares about. Now, there can be an argument made for, Ethan being the real main character hero. He goes through the game using the holopen, saving everybody. And while those arguments can be valid, I personally believe that Derek is the real hero of Time Hollow. I mean, Ethan's bitch ass got stabbed by crusty ass Irving. Well, we have Derek coming up, putting him in a full Nelson without breaking a sweat. Get Derek in the ring. Derek is the beginning and the end of Time Hollow. He is the reason why Corey was pulled through the portal, because when she dies, he kills himself. And he's the one who eventually saves her at the end, jumping through the portal, sacrificing himself, so that his other version and Corey can live a happy life that he never got to. That's a heroic sacrifice. And that's the type of man that Derek Kairos is. Well, that's Time Hollow. I really wanted to focus on taking you guys through the story chapter by chapter, because I feel like it'll allow you to really understand the characters and the story so that I can get to my conclusion and have you understand it just as I do. Well, at least I hope you understand it. You can think whatever you want. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know if a longer format like this is something you guys would want to see more of in the future. Every video is not going to be 20 plus minutes like this, but if you guys enjoy these longer videos, then let me know. And if you don't, also let me know. And if you really enjoyed it, hit that like button and hit subscribe. And then use your holopen and go back in time and do it all again. Goodbye. And remember, you are out of this world.